Dear students, with reference to the President of India, in this video I would like to teach you the discretionary power of the President of India. That is main point, and one more point is there that is very important. I will teach you. What do you mean by, first you should try to understand what is discretionary power. Discretionary power means when President of India will use his or her own wisdom or prudence, and after that decision will be taken. So your Mahen sir is teaching controversial point. Please pay attention. Why controversial? You know that Article 75 Clause 3rd is stated that President of India will discharge his duty according to the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers, headed by Prime Minister. But now your Mahen sir is teaching when President of India will use his wisdom, his prudence, and after that decision will be taken. So I am going to teach you those circumstances when President of India will be using his or her discretionary power, own wisdom, own prudence. So one by one I would like to mention. Suppose if one first keyword is there, if there is a hung parliament. One word is there, hung parliament. What do you mean by hung parliament? Hung parliament means, suppose 2024 election will be held. Suppose, I am not telling because I am not that person that I can tell that what will be happening. One example I am giving, please pay attention. Suppose any election, general election is going on, or any election will be going on. I am talking about the parliamentary election. In that election, any political party has not got absolute majority. What do you mean by absolute majority? Absolute majority means 50% plus one seat. Suppose if there are 500 seats, so more than 250 seats required. Suppose any political party has not got, in that circumstances, who will frame the government? Because when new election will be there, after that new parliamentarian will be elected, then no council of minister who will advise to President of India. In that circumstances, President of India will use his own prudence and wisdom, and it is his discretionary power that he can call any of political party, invite any leader of the political party, you come and frame the government and prove the majority at the floor of the house. That is a proceeding. First one I have taught you, going to teach whatever given in your book. Appointment of the Prime Minister is a situation where no single party command the clear support of the majority of the Lok Sabha majority, and there is a hung parliament. This is because the President can't appoint the new Prime Minister on the advice of the outgoing Prime Minister, who may lost the election or support of the House. First point clear. Second will be there, appointment of the Prime Minister in case of sudden death. So this one happened in our country. I think you know our late Prime Minister, ex-Prime Minister, Srimati Indira Gandhi ji, had been assassinated. You know this incident. And when when Prime Minister will die, so entire cabinet will collapse. That is a constitutional process. Then now, who will advise to President of India to appoint new Prime Minister? Means advisory body is a Council of Minister. If Council of Minister is expired, then how President will appoint other one? So in that circumstances, President of India will use his own wisdom and he can appoint any person. I think you know that Rajiv Gandhi became the new Prime Minister of India. Okay, so that is very important point. Going to read this one. When ruling party, appointment of the Prime Minister in the case of sudden death, for example, by assassination in the case of the Srimati Indira Gandhi, of the incumbent, where the ruling legislature party is unable to meet immediately to elect a leader, in that circumstances, President of India will use his discretionary power and he will appoint any person as a acting prime minister, and if that person will prove the majority or he will be the elected as a leader of the house, so he will continue, otherwise he will give resignation. Next one, that is very very important point. Suppose ruling party lost the majority, suppose no confidence motion has been passed against the ruling party, so government to collapse. In that circumstances, president will have two options. What is first option? First option is there, president can dissolve the Lok Sabha. Means here again President of India is using his own prudence, own mind, own wisdom. Means two options are there. Either he can dissolve the Lok Sabha, either he can call other political party leader, you come and frame the government. So again here no council of minister because government collapse. So who will advise to President of India? Nobody. In that circumstances, President of India will use his own wisdom and prudence, and accordingly decision will be taken. And last point of this, if no confidence motion has been passed against any minister, so you know that entire council of minister will be collapsed. But suppose any minister is there, suppose Mahen sir is a cabinet minister and no confidence motion has been passed against me, but I am telling I will not give resignation, I will deny. In that circumstances, what will be happening? Then President of India will use his own wisdom and he can suspend me. So 4 causes I have taught you, that is very very important. Again going to repeat the important point. First one is to understand what is discretionary power. Means when President of India will use his wisdom or his own prudence, and after that decision will be taken. So there are 4 situations I have taught you. First one, if any political party if there is a hung parliament, if no political party having majority in the house, then it will be depend upon President of India that he will appoint whom by using his own discretionary power. Second one, I have taught you when sudden death of the prime minister will be there. So who will be new prime minister? So president will decide this one, and he will be using his own prudence. This is also discretionary power. And third one, I have taught you that if ruling party lost the majority, then president will have 2 options. Either he can dissolve the Lok Sabha. Dissolve the Lok Sabha means Lok Sabha will be expired and new election will be held. Second option is there, he can give chance to other political leader, other political party leader, that you come, he summon him, and that person can frame the government, and when he will frame the government or she will frame the government, she have to prove the majority at the floor of the house, and if any that person will prove the majority, so he or she will be very much permitted to frame the government. So these are important point. And last point I have taught you, if no confidence motion has been passed against any minister and minister has denied, he is not ready to give resignation, in that circumstances President of India will also use his own wisdom, prudence, and he can suspend the respective ministers by using his discretionary power. So these are 4 important points. Again going to the first one, hung parliament. Second one, sudden death of the prime minister. And third one, when ruling party lost the majority. And fourth one, if no confidence motion has been passed and respective minister has denied. So in this video only this much, and only one topic is remaining, that emergency power. So emergency power, one full video will be given by me, released by me. In that one, each and every point will be taught very nicely. So dear students, please pay attention and if any query is there, you can ask question, no issue. So now I am going to end my video. Okay, thank you.